Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's SLR Round 5. This week we are heading to Las Vegas, and the guys are already getting underway, as you can see on your screens right now. Joining me for this one in the comm booth is Icewind. Hello, Icewind. How are you today?
Good evening, Chief. Good evening, all the viewers. Good to be back in the comms booth after a couple of weeks of break, but yeah, Vegas. I would say it definitely splits the opinions, but some drivers love it. I know McKender really likes it, so will be interesting to see how he does as well. So Christian is leading the championship, right? And then I think Persegili and McKender are close by in second and third. I think are they even tied on points if I look at it right? And then Ferrari is leading the constructors by 2 points. So yeah, exciting prospects for this race.
Yep, just having a few issues with audio there while you're talking, but hopefully they're resolved for now. If anybody's in chat, please let us know
Okay.
how those are. But yeah, we're about to get underway. The guys are just coming around the final chicane into the final corner, and we are going to pick up McKender in the Ferrari, who last week out had a rough time of it. But interested to see what he can do here today as we join on board as he heads down to that final corner, which is a flat out across the start finish line. Ice, take it away.
Yep. Flat out through the final corner, approaching turn 1. Pretty difficult braking zone, and there's not a lot of grip when you pick up the throttle. Once again, you gotta get back to the left-hand side in order to get a great drive through turn, what is it, 4, and then toward the braking zone again, a very long straight, 340 kph down the straight, turn 5, and then approaching maybe one of the most difficult braking zones on the entire calendar. Completely blind, you can't really see where you're braking if you're not using racing line. The chicane, and then through turn 9, and then we have a flat out section, and once again a difficult sort of half blind braking zone toward turn 12, which opens up to the back straight, the Las Vegas strip. So it's very important to get this right. McKender cuts the curb quite a bit, but it doesn't really bounce the car too much for him, and that now you need all the battery you have saved on that beginning part of the lap where you blast down the back straight. This should be interesting, by the way, in the new cars this year because of all the battery issues they have, but in these older cars, McKender is doing well on the back straight. Then once again a difficult braking shown through this chicane. There's not a lot of traction. Once again here McKender picks up the throttle pretty nicely, and then it's flat out and blast whatever you have left of the battery toward the line, and let's see what McKender says. There's a few times on the board before him, and McKender goes first with a 30.7. Yeah.
Nicely done there from McKender. Billy Thompson pips him quickly after. Tino as well, joining us on track as a reserve today in P2, so the fast times are coming in thick and fast, and it looks like a low 30 is going to be top end of this grid, and we may even see a 29. Let's see if I can pick up the man of the moment, the hot lap specialist, Christian, as he's about to cross the start finish line himself. What has he got in the bag today? It is a 130 flat pretty much, and the gauntlet has been laid. Max in P3 as well, so yeah, looking pretty good up there, but it looks like Christian has the edge for this one so far.
Yep, 2 laps to still complete on these first attempts. Persigili out of the final 2 corners onto the last acceleration zone before the timing line. Let's see what he does. I have absolutely no idea about these split times, but Persigili goes 4th, and then we have Kit. Kit actually was ahead of him, I think, and went P9 with a 31.2. And that's the first runs done. Touche, I think, is on an outlap, and joined quite late into the session, so I think Touche has not had a lot of practice for this one, but we'll see how he does. As I said, the Ferrari boys are leading the team championship, but only by 2 points ahead of McLaren.
Yep, and we usually have a trio of Italians out there on track, but not today. It's only Fleisch and Pep Batman. Fedevara is missing in the V car, but currently Pep Batman's time is P730, all the 7s actually, 1:37.77. Fleisch yet to set a time, and he is on a lap right now, so we'll join him as he's came off that lap completely. I actually thought I was watching F1 26 area live, because he started slowing down at the end of that straight pretty big time. Touche, where's Touche? If we can pick him up. Yeah, he's about to start his lap. Let's see how the other Ferrari does here.
Yeah, and I'll try to remember something about these split times, because I'm pretty clueless about those around here. Turn 1, not a lot of traction there. Touche chooses to be a little bit in the middle, doesn't really cut it all the way to the left-hand side before turning into 3. And then a DRS zone. And let's see what the first sector time here is. And yeah, this next corner here, extremely difficult to brake. I think Touche actually touched the wall there a little bit. And this one, I don't know, have you driven this track, Chief? But this is a really really one of the most difficult braking zones because I don't really see there are any markers there for.
Yeah, I do remember the braking points in this track were particularly nasty in cockpit view.
Touche, a couple of mistakes on this lap, so probably not gonna threaten the top 10 with this lap. Let's see, and also a little bit of a tank slapper out of 12 onto the Las Vegas strip. And pits on 3 lap old tires, or what am I looking at? But that's what it says to me. Anyway, Touche last corners and goes a little bit wide on the entry there. An X-Horse gets
Disqualified? Yeah.
disqualified for blocking the pit lane. What? That's interesting.
Yeah, he's
Touche
alright.
across the line. Only P12.
Michael Singh as
Oh,
well.
actually 2 guys.
Yeah. I think they must have been slowing down, maybe to try to let someone through that turn 2, turn 3 area.
And here are actually the... Oh, this is going to be
my word.
dangerous, because those were, I think, the retired cars. And yes, somebody has lost their wing there. What was going on there?
I just picked up Mr. Pizza as well. He's invalidated his lap time, so this will not count, though he is using up all his ERS regardless. But probably is going to pull into the pits here. Yeah, he cuts the track there as well. So he's going to go back into the pits and pick up a new set of tires. Yeah, Caddy, thanks for the feedback. Appreciate it.
Oh, okay. And Dino, I think will be the next one to start a lap, or who is ahead of him actually on track? That's Kevin, but he's on 3 lap old tires as well, so I don't think he's going to do anything special there. So let's see what Dino can do. The old wily Fox esports driver from Williams and Red Bull. Back in the day, that was a few years ago, as he always wants to point out to me always these days, but he's still got some pace. Especially because I know he does not practice this stuff anymore. He more of a rally driver these days, actually.
Yeah, but
You know,
we've seen him in reserve in SLR before. Yeah, he tends to get up to speed pretty quickly, doesn't he?
yeah, and 2/10 up in Sector 1, so that's a great Sector 1 for Tino. Let's see what he can do here in the middle sector. He's about 7/10 of the pace. Looking at the front of the field, Christian, and pretty good for Tino so far here. Let's see how he tackles this difficult braking zone before 12, and looking pretty good for Tino. Picks up the throttle, and he's 4/10 up, so this is gonna be somewhere in the region of Mr. Pizza, possibly, if he can keep this up. Even maybe Bailey Thompson is in danger, although I think all of those guys are on a lap, and Bailey actually goes to the top of the timing table as we say that. Ooh.
Yeah, I heard
Did
that.
he hit the wall under braking?
I don't know if it was him, but I definitely heard some contact against the wall. But yeah, there we go, Tino. One last corner to navigate flat out, using up all his ERS, and across the line he goes. That does beat Mr. Pizza indeed. So P3 for him.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take a look at where the time is. So it seems it's actually all in the final sector. Dino has lost 5/10 in the final sector, almost 6, and he was actually faster in the first 2. So that's curious.
Yeah, and Christian, we should get a Sector 2 time pretty soon, but his Sector 1 time he was slightly down on his time. But yeah, as you say, that chicane in Sector 3 is very important. Christian up in his time now, marginally.
Christian getting a toe from Bailey here, isn't he?
Oh dear, I don't think this is coordinated. Billy Thompson allowing it to happen.
I think it was.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, so Christian is gonna get a great toe. There's a Ferrari in the way as well. That's not a Ferrari, it's actually an RB with that strange livery, but Christian got a great toe on the back straight. There's a dish... what was his split time there in the second split? I didn't actually see it,
yeah,
but we're about to see the actual lap.
Slightly up.
So should be front.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that's by 4/10. That was such a great toe on the back straight for Christian.
Yeah, that's interesting. Usually those guys are bitter nemesis, enemies, but Billy Thompson helping Christian into the 29s. I wonder if he will repay the favor. Probably not. Percy Gilly on a lap here, sector 1.
McKender on the strip here. He was 1.5 tenths up, if I saw right. So he's gonna need a bit more than that to pick up any positions here. So let's see what he can do here in the final sector.
Ooh.
And a bit tentative on the throttle there through the final 2 corners for McKender, but let's see where he ends up. If he can pick up 3/10, he would be up in the top 5 and runs out of the battery just before the line does improve and jumps up to P6, but only P6.
Yeah, Percy Gilly on track as well. I think Mr. Pizza might be... Oh, he's in the pits. What else we got? Pep Mapman and P8 out on a lap. No, he is 100% ERS, so... I don't know, I mean...
Yeah,
it's gonna...
Larson is gonna come across the line here, set at some sort of a time at least, so he's 15th and the last of the guys who have set a time at the moment. And then I think we have John Wick on a lap as well. He's considerably faster than Larson, at least into the second split.
Tino
350 kph down that.
Tino and Chad confirming he's straight from Raleigh to here, yeah, no practice.
Yep,
Joel,
I was right. And then John Wick will be across the line. Let's see what he can do here. It's going to be a 31-1 for him, P10.
Yeah, that's not a bad time for John Wick. He goes into the pits, so yeah. I think Larson's the only guy out there currently on a lap, I think. No, he did a lap.
Yep. I would say usual suspects at the front of the field here. One guy not yet set a time on the board, Flash, who has been doing extremely well, I think, the last few races, or this season in general in the SLR. I think he's actually 8th in the standings with 16 points, so yeah, been a great season for him so far, but he seems to be struggling here today in this qualifying session.
Yep, Larson pulls into pit, so we are setting up for the final run. 3 minutes 20 seconds left on the clock. I'm just wondering, like, I mean, how the hell is Billy Thompson going to get anywhere near Christian's time?
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think that's going to happen without a toe.
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of defeated him, so but maybe P2 on this track's not so bad.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised to see that from him, because they sometimes are very how do you say it? Rivals.
Yeah, bitter rivalry there for sure.
Yeah,
I know it's all in good jest, but you know what's interesting? Billy Thompson has been very fast this season, but he's not won a race.
Yeah, he seems to always have some sort of an issue in the races. Although, did he not win last week? Or am I wrong? Who won last week?
I don't think it was Billy. I think Billy Thompson got P2 last week.
Was it? I actually don't remember. Kind of thought he did, because he was really super fast. I'm gonna check it, because we don't have the results on the... Oh, was it really? Yeah, he maybe held off with that long stint.
Yeah,
you might
that's
be right.
That's right. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. Who we got out there on a lap? Is RRC is the first guy on a lap, although he's kind of, I was going to say he's on a lot of traffic. He's not actually got a lot of traffic. He's only got one car ahead who's not getting out of the way for him very quickly. The Alpine holding him up in a rather nasty section, and I think it's put RRC off going through that corner, and it looks like he's...
No one else than Lars. So Lars is gonna get some trouble for that, I think.
Yeah, I think he just got mixed up there. He didn't expect RRC to be on a lap already, as everybody else on the out lap. IRC. Ooh, twitchy for the chicane. It's such a tentative, you know, it's very hard to get right, that section of
Yeah,
track.
because you're running extremely low wings on this track as well. ORC improves, but no, did he pick up John Wick in the end there? Or was he ninth? No, he was ninth, right? So
Yeah, he was
improved a little, but stays ninth.
okay. So we'll need to keep all our eyes peeled.
Ooh.
McKender on a lap here.
Yeah, Eagle Ghost tapped the wall.
Yeah, he's backed out of his lap completely, hasn't he, because of that?
Yeah. So McKender, I'm not sure if there's somebody ahead of him as well, but I'm gonna follow McKender here. There's some yellow flags ahead of him, but I think that's just people getting out of the way. McKender in Sector 1, 2/10 up, so looking pretty good, and I think that's a pretty strong Sector 1 for McKender as well. Through the chicane. You want to cut the curbs quite a lot there. I'm not sure if he got all that curb he wanted there in that second part of the chicane, and then there's a little bit of traffic ahead of him. Through onward to another kind of a blind braking zone. The corner comes at you surprisingly quickly, 3/10 up for McKender, so this could potentially be even up to P2 here. Sorry, P3 here if he can keep this up. He's not gonna get a tow from the car, distant car ahead of him. And also a lot of laps behind him going on, so I have no idea what's going on behind there, but let's see McKender first. Can he pick up some positions here? So he was 3/10 up. Could he possibly go ahead of Tino here? And completely out of the battery. Onto the...
Ooh, nice lap.
And he's third, yes.
Yeah, nice lap. Perfectly, is he... No, who is next across the line there? I missed that Red Bull.
Yep. There's Tino at least. I think he's not improving. And he did improve a little bit in the end, but stays fourth. And then we have Persegili 2/10 up, so he could potentially take this back away from McKender. And across the line, and he doesn't. He stays or goes up to fourth, and I think that was it. So
Wow.
nobody really improved in the end there, except for McKender and Persegili, I guess.
There you go.
Christian, I guess, really couldn't improve with that toe, but that was such a huge one for him.
Yeah, it was a perfect place, wasn't it? That long straight. That's exactly where you would gain the most time, and he did it. I'm looking at the Italian flag here. Flash in the end did pip Pep Mapman to P9 with Pep Mapman in P10, but they are teammates, so it'll be interesting to see who comes out top there.
I wonder if they traded this stuff, because if I'm looking at the last sector, they're like 4-5 tenths faster than anybody else, Bailey and Christian there. So I think they had a little bit of trading going on there with those toes. And that's basically the amount that they were ahead. They won there.
Yep, and it looks like it is going to be dry weather for this one. Can't really see what's happening in the sky, but it just looks dark as it is nighttime. But it looks like we're going to get a dry race here. Although the rain is never far away, it could come at the end of the session maybe. But yeah, let's talk about strategy. I mean, typically it's medium hard, hard medium for most tracks. What do you reckon for this one?
I think it will be the same. I think you could technically do a two-stopper here if you have the pace and if you have the track position to do that. But yes, I would once again expect the usual medium-hard strategy for this race as well.
Yeah, last week we did see, I think we almost might have got 5 VSCs in that Baku race.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is quite a similar track, and the walls are ever present. Possibly could get a safety car, maybe, in this one. So, let's have a look at the tire choice for the drivers today.
Everybody on mediums except Kevin on hards. So, pretty unanimous.
There's always one, isn't there? There's always one.
Yep. So Kevin from P14 in the other Red Bull wants to try the contrast strategy, which might put him actually under pressure from the likes of Eagle Ghost and Lars behind him. I know those two guys are quite aggressive racers. Eagle Ghost, by the way, did quite well last week, right? Like head of against Makender in the sprint race, at least. I remember Makender being kind of hard stuck behind him.
Yeah, Mazavins won that race. He's not here today.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
And then I think he like crashed on lap 2 in the actual race, which was a little bit amusing, I guess. But yeah, he was like really good in the sprint race. In those more difficult conditions, when it was dry, then he struggled.
R.I.P. that Bollard.
Yeah. So I think maybe now you're supposed to cut that, because I remember maybe it was in the last game you couldn't really do that. It like bottomed the car and you just lost control. But I saw a lot of people cutting that corner quite a lot more in qualifying now. So, usual suspects at the front: Christian Bailey, Makender, and then Persegili. Dino 5th. Will be interesting to see what he can do from there.
Yeah, Mercedes looking strong in 6-7. The meme, 6-7.
Okay. Bailey gets a DSQ, so he's gonna start a few meters behind, I guess.
Okay,
meters,
Kid and P8, that's pretty good as well. Good qualifying from him. We'll keep an eye on him as the race is about to get underway. Iceland, let's get down to business.
Yeah, it's a difficult braking zone into turn 1, and we've seen some sort of clashes there in the past as well, also in real life, so we'll see how the drivers tackle that one. Not a long acceleration there, but it's, as we know, it's difficult to brake there, not a lot of grip, and we'll see soon how this goes, because the last car is on the grid now, and we are gonna hopefully get the starting lights soon. So it's 3 lights, 4 lights, and they're kind of flashing all over the place for me, but I think we have 5 lights going on right now, and we are go in Las Vegas, and Makender gets a great start from P3. He's almost challenging Christian into turn 1, but there's not really space to do anything there, so Makender up to P2. Bailey didn't really get the best of starts, so Persegili also challenging Bailey for P3 at the moment, and we have a yellow flag. There's some sort of a contact in the background there. I'm not sure what's going on, but we're gonna take a look at the front here first. Persegili also ahead, and also Tino is ahead of Bailey, at least for a little while, but he has to back out, I think, before turn 5, and then into the blind braking zone. Tino is gonna be on the inside, and he's gonna really send it, and actually goes ahead, and there's a lot of wheel banging there, and I think somebody's lost a big chunk of their wing there. I saw that, and then Bailey again hits the wall. Did he get damaged there?
Yeah,
Who
I
was
see
that?
some
I think that
end
was Bailey.
Yeah, I see end plate missing from Billy Thompson's car, which is obviously awful, but they both had their elbows out. I mean, it was hard driving. It's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Billy. Oh, in the background
felt like
there.
Tino really sent it there, and Bailey probably should have just let that go instead of trying to hang it on the outside there, because that was never going to work for him. So Tino up to P3. I think Tino does not have damage, but I'm not sure what's going on all the way in the background there. But Christian and Makender anyway off into the distance.
Yeah, a couple of moves here at the end of the long straight. Persegili holding off Max. Mr. Pizza gets by. Mr. Pizza gets by Pet Mapman. That's a bit of a mouthful, that one.
Yep. And there we go. First lap is done. Makender 8/10 away. Tino chasing these guys. Tino is completely out of battery, by the way. He's had to burn a lot to stay there. And this is one of those tracks where if you do pick up damage like Bailey Thompson did, it might not be as critical as it would be somewhere else. He will probably struggle to stay in the pace. By the way, one guy I wanted to pick up, Touche, only P16 for him at the moment, so he did not really do any practice for this one, as I said before, and unfortunately it shows for him. So Ferrari are gonna struggle to hold on to that constructor's lead at this rate anyway. Makender Will he get DRS onto the back straight? He's just about outside of that, probably.
Yeah, Christian's
So,
capitalizing big time. He was engaging ERS out of that last corner just to make sure that he keeps McKender out of DRS range, and that could be huge if he can't break that DRS, especially on this track. But McKender gets back in with the use of ERS, and we're seeing some moves throughout the midfield here. Percy Gelly on Max. Looks like Max is trying something around the outside. Is he going to get this move pulled off? Oh, it's going to be tied too wide through the chicane. And Max does get up to P4. It's a great move for him, but it looks like Percy Gelly setting him up for a move, possibly into turn 1. McKender
running a little bit. Yeah, Percy Gelly running a little bit low in battery as well here, so trying to find a way on the inside there, and Bailey Thompson following them as well. And yeah, I'm just looking at. I think Bailey is really the only one who picked up damage in that scrap, at least anything visible. So yeah, we have a yellow flag. That's Mr. Pizza DNF in the pit lane. Okay, so that's the first DNF of this race.
Yeah, McKender looks like he is able to keep a DRS range, but just about. It's like 9/10, hovering about the 1 second mark. Tino dropping back, yeah, big time. So battling with Bailey Thompson in the first lap has really cost him here.
Yeah, exactly. That's completely right, Chief. So Tino had to use all of his battery to stay in third on the first lap, and that has really cost him. McKender, did he tap the wall there? That saw some sort of debris flying around on the in the back there. And once again, McKender gets a really bad exit onto the back straight. He is again out of DRS, at least for now.
Percy
You know, 2.2 seconds away, and yeah, Percy Gelly picks that position back from Max.
Tuge as well, making his way through the field up to P13 he goes, but he's a long way off the front pack.
Yeah. Who are, well, the first three are basically on the run, but then from Percy Gelly all the way down to How RC, it's X4 is also retiring in the pit lane. So we are losing some people early on. I wonder why. He was kind of there in the mix, but maybe he had picked up some damage or something. I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, 17 drivers remain, and I tell you what, Christian is, yeah, he's having a really good first stint here. He's broken the DRS range to McKender. 1.5 is the gap, so McKender needs to pull something special out of the bag here, but their ERS levels are pretty even at the moment, so it's going to have to be on pure pace alone.
Yep, Percy Gelly has caught up to Tino and might probably make a move here on the back straight, although he does get some really bad exit out of the turn 12 onto the Las Vegas strip. But he should be able to make this move if he wants to do it. Because he will get DRS just about now. And he does indeed want to go ahead of Tino and try to catch McKender, who has dropped off from Christian 1.6 seconds away. So Christian, what do you say? How do you say it? I can't speak today. Current champion, last season's champion.
Defending champion, yeah.
Defending champion, you know, I just couldn't find the word.
Oh, John Wick lining up the Aston Martin for a move, flash into turn 1, but not able to capitalize on the momentum, but he's pushing Flash through these corners, so John Wick in P11, eager to get into the points, and yeah, he's doing pretty well, but the problem is he's got a DRS train ahead of him. Everybody ahead of him's got DRS, as does he.
One guy who has got an excellent start to this race is Eagle Ghost. He's up 6 positions from the start up to P9. So McLaren doing quite well so far in this race against Ferrari, who are, I think these are probably going to be the main competitors in on the constructor side. And yeah, it does look like Christian is just going to be able to pull away just by about a half a second a lap. So McKender 2 seconds away. Then Percy Gelly has caught up a little bit on this lap to McKender, but not too much. So we'll see what happens there. Basically completely out of battery.
Yeah,
But
and
Dino is too far back to do anything here.
get a good visual on that DRS train all the way back from Persigilli to Hierarchy at the moment.
Yeah, how is he also hanging on to this DRS train? That's slightly surprising to me.
And I'm seeing a yellow fuel warning light for Persigilli. Does that mean anything else?
I think it means that he's right on the limit. So he might have to lift and coast a little bit. And McKender seems to be struggling a bit here at this stage, because Persigilli has caught up to him by about 4/10 in the first sector here. So McKender be not enjoying that setup or the tires at this stage of the race.
Oh, and there's some battling going on here in the mid-pack again. It's John Wick. Eagle Ghost, who's dropped down to P10, so I don't know if he's... Oh yeah, Eagle Ghost carrying some damage.
Oh.
Front end plate is missing. I thought I heard some contact, but I wasn't sure who.
Yeah. Also, John Wick, I think, is...
Yeah, you're right,
missing,
actually, yeah.
Both of them are missing an end plate on the
I think
left-hand side.
John Wick missing a considerable part of his front wing, actually, I think. Oh, as he hits the wall again, and that's...
Oh my god,
and
and that's flash out, and what happened there? That looked very strange from my perspective.
Yeah, it was John Wick started that, and then it was a chain reaction all the way down the field to, unfortunately, Flash, who came out the worst for wear there. And we have a full course yellow.
Yeah, it's a virtual safety car, I'm pretty sure, but how did he lose a wheel there? That looked really strange.
Yeah, oh, Christian into the pits.
Not gonna pit.
McKender stays out, yeah, you're right.
Why did he not pit? I'm very surprised by that decision from McKender to stay out.
Yeah, who else staying out? I think I saw, was that Max, yeah, flying past there, so he's up to P2. But yeah, this seems like a good opportunity to pit for the hards. They will get to the end from here, surely.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a stretch, but I'm a bit surprised that McKender and Max did not pit there. For whatever reason, they have chosen to stay out, and I think they've lost about 5 seconds by doing that, at least comparing to these guys. Then, of course, the question is now, can these guys get these hards to the end? But I think they can.
And Touche up to P10 with clean tires due to Eagle Ghost John Wick and probably a few others picking up new front wings. Billy Thompson was able to get a front wing himself. He's down in P9. That brings Kit up to P8. Kit was held up at double stack with Tino just ever so slightly, but remains in P8, so not too bad for him. Larson in P6, out of position, 6 lap old mediums. So yeah, interesting. We're green flag conditions, so this race is back up to speed again.
I still don't understand how he lost the wheel there. That looked really strange. Because, you know, he was already on the straight there.
Yeah.
But it just looked like he hit something invisible and just, I don't know. Have to look that back again, but that looked very weird to me. Pep Man making a move on Larson. Didn't really know which way to go there, but he does eventually get past. And then Larson is gonna have a bunch of an angry mob behind him, basically, trying to get past here. So it's gonna be Kit and Bailey Thompson after that.
Yeah, and I think Billy Thompson's going to be eager to make up a lot of positions here. I think Kit's going to go for the move here on the inside of the final corner. Yep, he gets that done quite easily. Into turn 1, he goes into P7. And Billy Thompson's the next guy to line up Larson for a move. Larson shouldn't fight him too much. They are teammates in this tier.
Yeah, he's not gonna. Yeah.
And there we go. Great exit from Billy.
Let him go. Yep. And Larson really struggling on those tires as well. But yeah, what I was about to say, Chief, is that Christian, who pitted, is only 8.6 seconds away from the lead.
Yeah, that's crazy. That does make you wonder what McKender was thinking there.
Not really sure, but curiously though, Persigilli is quite a lot further behind. He's like 5 seconds away from Christian, so I wonder it's because the virtual safety car ended when most of the cars were in the pit lane, so maybe Christian was just that much ahead and gained a little bit more.
Yeah, and Tino looking very close on the back of Persigilli here. He's not going to go for it here, I don't think. Oh, he is. There's a long way to go yet on this straight. And Tino picks up P4 in the V-Carb.
Tino seems to also be enjoying these hard tires much more. Max overtakes McAnder, who pits now. So let's see where McAnder drops out, but I think... Yeah, it's not gonna go great for him, is it? Because Tino and Persigilli are blasting full throttle on the main straight past him. McAnder is trundling down the pit lane. Is he gonna be behind this trio of cars?
Yeah,
or
I think
he's
he's
just ahead of them, actually. Yep.
Oh, he's quite lucky, actually. Yeah, comes out P5, not too bad, but 4 seconds off Persigilli.
And he does not have DRS, so if Pep Man wants to make McAnder's life difficult here, he does not want to do that, I think, because he is choosing not to deploy too much here. So McAnder stays in 5th, but he's 4.2 seconds away from Tino and Persigilli, and I think that's about what what we sort of predicted, that what would be the loss, 5 seconds-ish.
Touche to the latest
Max
driver
is
to
still
get...
continuing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just saying Touche got to move on Larson there, but we have a yellow flag. It looks like that's Mike Helsing out of the race. This could be...
Another virtual.
Yeah, it's a virtual safety car, not a safety car.
What's up with the virtual safety cars? We've had like 7 in a row, counting last week.
We might need to up the setting, and it's unfortunate for McAnder, who could have maybe took advantage of this. I don't know how long it's gonna be full course yellows, but
and I have to say, like, seems like traditional luck for McAnder. He pits. He does not pit on the first one, but this was really short one, so Max will not be able to really take any advantage of that. But yeah, McAnder did not take advantage of the first VSC. Then he pits, and there's another VSC straight away. Yeah. Max will be... Where will he be?
Yeah,
he will
be
right here in the
right in traffic. Yeah. Comes out right in the middle of the battle.
McAnder, yeah.
Which is a pretty precarious place to be on cold tires, but let's see what happens here. Is Pep Man
Bailey Thompson. Bailey Thompson wants to do something here. He's deploying, but there's not really space to do anything because the cars ahead of him are battling as well. Max versus Pep Man, and then Bailey Thompson once again tries to find something on the outside into this corner where he already had some trouble earlier today and got some damage, and once again he tries to hang it on the outside. There's a bit of wheel banging, kind of similar as we had on the first lap, and Lars has retired in the pit lane, so that's not going to be a safety car of any sort, and Bailey does make it past eventually. And there's Kit also preying on Pep Man, and does indeed actually make the pass, so Kit up to P7 as well.
Yeah, Kit following Billy through, so 6-7, Billy, and Kit.
The interesting thing is gonna be here, because Pep Man has a lot more battery than Kit, so is he gonna try to get this back? And it's not quite enough, because I think he's kind of running out of the gear ratio to actually do anything, and he's gonna try to hang it on the inside. There's not really space to do that, don't.
He just about... Yeah, that could have been a lot worse, but...
I feel like that was unnecessary.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he just kept that front tire in, and... Oh, Kit letting him through, so... Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm not really sure why. I think that was a bit unnecessary from Pep Man. He was not really alongside, he just kind of stuck his front wheel there, and... Yeah.
Yeah, it really hurt Kit though there. He's way off the Billy Thompson there now, 3.4 seconds off.
Yep.
Larson into the pits, he goes.
What's Joel's problem? He's saying Ocean Cheese, stop.
Stop what?
I don't know.
Just stop everything.
Yeah, okay. We can stop. I guess.
He's the boss, like. He's the boss.
Yeah. Although he's not even here, so what?
I know.
What is he complaining about in chat?
Oh, he sends 667.
Ah, I see. I heard that, but I chose not to say anything about it.
Oh, Tino going for a move here. There is a move for P2. It's Persigilli and Tino. Tino going by. I mean, made that look easy on that long straight, as it often is with DRS.
Yep.
So Tino to Christian, 6 seconds. We'll keep an eye on that gap.
Yeah, Kit stays behind Pep Man, but this duo has lost 4 seconds to Mackender's DRS train, which is really unfortunate for the two of them. Oh, and Kit kind of catches up to Pep Man in a really awkward place there. I think Pep Man maybe... Oh, and again they're touching wheels there, and I mean... Yeah, again, I feel like that was a bit rude from Pep Man. He just kind of turned into Kit there, so I'm not sure if he's got all his racecraft in his head today. Anyway, they've lost a little bit more time once again by battling there. Kit is up to P7, and then Mackender's DRS train is kind of chugging along, 3.5 seconds away from Persigilli and Tino. Mackender and Mex on a little bit fresher tires compared to Bailey Thompson. But it looks like Bailey is hanging in there quite easily. Mackender once again gets a really bad tank slapper out of the final corner onto the Las Vegas strip, but Mex is a bit too far back to really do anything about it on this occasion, and Persigilli and Tino swapping positions once again. I think they've basically been doing this the last few laps now.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you need to do, isn't it? If you're in this position, if you can work together with someone and try to make up some time. Although that gap remains around about 6.2 to Christian, so no inroads being made just yet.
Yeah, but it's staying about the same though, so Christian is at least not, let's say, flying off into the distance at the front at this stage. Maybe he's just protecting his lead, which is quite considerable at this stage. And I wonder, what did we predict? Do we think that these 6-lap-old hards are gonna go to the end from here? I really don't know. Maybe Speedy can say that in chat if he's like coaching Bailey or somebody. What's their tire wear at this stage?
Yeah, I tell you what, Ice, there is a nice wee battle forming here between Bailey, Max, and Mackender, starting to heat up as we're just past the halfway point of this race. So this is for P4, but Mackender leads the way currently. But I think he is going to come under attack from both Max and Bailey pretty soon.
I feel like I'm gonna get some aggro in my DMs in Discord after this race, because I provided Mackender with a setup and he just does not seem happy with that.
Oh, and there we go again. Tino up to P2, Persigilli P3, but the gap has increased to Christian. Yep, there's a move back.
Mex overtakes Mackender. Mackender chose not to really fight that one on the backstraight. He had some battery to defend, but chose not to do that. So Mackender down to P5. Let's see if I can follow Mex. Mex is on the freshest tires of the bunch here, so only 4 laps. So Mackender and Mex definitely can go to the end, I think. But the rest, I'm not sure. And no, I did not give that to Lars. Ipsy. From my experience, even if I give some tips to him, he just kind of ignores them anyway, so...
Yellow flag, it looks like that was Eagle, maybe?
Yeah.
P11 had an issue.
Yeah.
Does he get damage? He does not.
No. So maybe just slightly off it. Was in a kind of a weird spot though, like turn 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, the gaps are pretty consistent for now. Except for Tino and Persigilli, who, well, also consistent because they've basically been swapping positions each lap here. And let's see if Mackender wants to go ahead of Mex here. No, he does not want to go ahead. Bailey Thompson has dropped out of this DRS train now, though, so maybe those 2-3 lap older tires might start to be a little bit of an issue for him.
Yeah, another frustrating race for Billy Thompson, picking up that damage early. And it's cost him big time. He has got his front wing intact now after that round of pit stops. He was able to take a new front wing, but it did cost him a lot of time. And since then, he's found himself behind these two, and he's got himself back within DRS range, which is good. But it's going to be a struggle for Billy Thompson to get a move on here. He might be able to pick up P4 at best, I think.
I feel like it's probably going to be some heated conversation in the chat after that first lap stuff. So you might need to do some adminning after the race, because you know Tino, he loves to banter in chat, let's say like that, and then Bailey will definitely play along. So I think there might be some differing opinions about that contact on lap 1.
Yeah, from what I saw, it was like both of them just had their elbows out.
Yeah, and Tino kind of sent it, and then Bailey just did not want to give an inch and tried to hang it on the outside, but you kind of run out of space there because the corner tightens quite a lot. But yeah, let's see, McKender, does he want to go ahead of Mex this time? Yes, he does.
Yeah, and even though Tino and Percy are working well with his swapping every lap here, it's not getting them any time, which is a bit surprising. And I'm wondering, are they doing it effectively? Because they're both on similar ERS. Surely the guy who's in front should be blasting all his ERS and then saving it the next lap when he gets overtaken.
Yeah, the problem is you can't really do it quite like that, even though you would really like to. I'm just looking at the sector times here quickly, just comparing to Christian. So from what I'm seeing, is Christian is, even though he does not have DRS, he's always really strong in the last sector. Just like he wasn't qualifying, even though he did get that toe there. But he seems to be that's where he seems to be making the difference in the last sector somehow. It's really only the last 2 corners, right? So I'm not sure how he's doing that.
Yeah, and Bob's asking about intervals on screen. I mean, I'm saying Kit to Bailey is 6 seconds and Tino to Christian 7.
Yep, that's right. Seems fine to me on the stream. Maybe Tipsy is watching this on a 3G modem or something.
Yeah, in Ireland we haven't invented 4G yet, fortunately, but Percy once again passes Tino, the gap up to Christian 7.5, so yeah, that gap remains. I mean, it's increasing ever so slightly, so Christian is pushing fairly hard still at this stage of the race. So yeah, I mean, there's still the risk of contact with the wall. I mean, it's very easy to just clip the wall and pick up damage. So race isn't over just yet, but we are heading into the final phase of the race, looking very good for Christian, who seems to be untouchable at the moment.
Yeah, but maybe the interesting thing was that McKender and Mex, they were about 1.1 seconds faster than Dino on that previous lap, and the gap is down to 2.6 seconds. So that might be the gap that's actually coming down at this stage, because yeah, well
spotted there. Yeah, that might have a battle for the podium here if these guys can catch up with Tino and Percy.
Yep. McKender seems maybe got the hang of it now. It seems at least better for him. He's a bit low on battery here, so maybe Mex should take the leading turn for the next laps. A bit too far back though. He's blasting quite a bit here and gets DRS right about now. So yeah, they are gonna swap positions here, as do Tino and Persigili, just ahead of them as well. 2.5, so the gap has not really come down on this lap as much as I expected it to come. So maybe it was just a bad lap from Tino and Persigili, the previous one. let's see, Persigili 35.4 and then Mex 34.3. So they're actually still quite a lot faster. Maybe that's just because Mex actually overtook McKender there and had that DRS. So I'm curious. We'll keep an eye on that gap. It's coming down again. 2.1 now.
Yeah, Billy Thompson.
Billy Thompson also still hanging on there, yeah.
He's got himself back in DRS. It's around about 6-7 tenths the gap from him to McKender.
Yep.
But he's got himself back in the battle here. He does have the slightly older tires, but should be encouraging that he now has DRS. He might be able to do something here. Yeah, look at that gap from P4 to P3 now. It's 1.7. So. And the fact they can see the drivers of Persigili and Tino up ahead, that will spur them on even further.
Yep, McKender.
Oh, Billy.
Not really have. Oh, but you can pick up a penalty in that corner as well. Where did he pick it up? Did he cut too much or something? It's the only way to get a warning there, right?
Yeah. Oh dear.
Bit curious. Yeah, 1.7 seconds. McKender is too far back on this lap to do anything there. So I wonder if the guys ahead have kind of fallen off a cliff on their tires a bit there, and that's why they're so much faster now, because Mex does have 3-lap pressure tires as well, compared to Tino and Persigili anyway.
Yep, it is certainly heating up in the final part of this race for that podium, and we got a yellow flag in
that's Bailey Thompson.
Oh, no.
He has lost a big chunk of his front wing and is pointing the wrong way as well. He's gonna have to wait for that other Ferrari as well, and I think he's just dropped it out of turn 1, which is really easy to do, to be honest. As I mentioned in qualifying many times, there's not a lot of grip in that corner. So that's one less guy in this train.
Yep, and that moves Touche up to P8, Pep Matman P7, and Kit. Yeah, there is a battle for P6 with Kit and Pep Matman very close together. P6, P7.
Joel bashing Bailey Thompson there in chat. Well, he's not racing himself here. Can he really do that? So, anyway, McKender really approaching Mex here on the straight, and runs out of battery, but does make the move. And they're only 1.5 seconds away from the duo ahead of them, so they might be able to catch up on the next lap if they keep it together in the middle part of the lap. And yeah, I remember that. We should have that cut from one of the old broadcasts where Timo says that.
Yeah, yeah.
Bailey Thompson spins.
It would make a good soundboard addition.
Yeah. Because it was Timo, right, who
I think it was, yeah.
did that originally, yeah.
Yeah, look at the gap, 1.2 now, Ice 1.3. So this might be the lap, yeah. 0.4. Ooh, bit of contact with McKender with the wall, but gets away with it. Just grazes the wall. He's pushing hard, is our McKender.
Yep. Bailey Thompson retires in the pit lane. I was kind of wondering if he's gonna try to continue, but obviously he's had enough of this race. Struggles all the way for him, to be honest. Now McKender almost within that 1 second of DRS, but he's not gonna get it on this this lap. And once again, McKender really struggling on the exit out of 12, and did he get DRS? I'm not sure where the detection point is. I don't think he did. He did actually get DRS. So Mex is gonna try to overtake him though, but I think he's gonna run out of battery and run out of straight, because McKender did get that DRS, and McKender gets locks his rears under braking and at the end of the long straight, and McKender does not really have any battery to defend this with, and Mex is gonna go on the inside, and I think he is through.
Oh my word! McKender hitting the wall there.
The car understeered so insanely in that. How did he end up in the wall there? crazy.
Yeah, McKenna was looking very feisty there, but he's lost his rhythm. He needs to get back in it.
So what is the actual quote then, Speedy? It was something like that, but close enough, I think. But yeah, McKender to get back into the rhythm, and yeah, I think the tires might equalize here quite a bit now with over 10 laps on for everybody at this stage. Christian, however, continues completely on his own, and at the front it's almost 9 seconds now the gap, and he's just kind of chilling there. He doesn't really have to do much. He can afford to lose almost 2 seconds a lap and still win this race.
Tino going for P2 once again. Yeah, they're swapping positions, but now they have Max and Co for company, so need to keep themselves, keep checking those rear view mirrors, because the likes of Max and McKenna are coming, and with 4 laps left after this one, so we may see quite a number of moves, because yeah, this podium hasn't been decided just yet. We do think Christian's going to win this one, but who will end up in P2 and P3, that remains up for grabs, I think. And Max and McKenna still will lose fresher tires. That will count for something here, but we are getting late into this race, so tire wear could decide this one.
Yep. And this is the main battle on track. Then we also have Kit and Pep Matman, although kind of smell a possible penalty for Pep Matman for sticking his nose where he didn't really belong. We'll see after the race. Where's the Gili on 100% battery, by the way?
Yeah, McKenna
save up quite a bit.
McKenna's storing up a lot as well, so I mean, yeah, that's what you want to do, isn't it? You're heading towards the last. Oh, and look, Max makes a big mistake, and that almost caught McKenna off guard there as he tries to get back up to speed again. McKenna slides his way past, just avoiding an incident, and that's cost them both time. 1.6 now is the gap, as Percy Gilly does take that P2 once again with a swapperoonie. But yeah, that was a big moment there from Max and McKenna.
And they're once again 1.6 seconds away, because McKenna did not get DRS there under the straight due to the detection point being right there around that corner. So that's really painful.
Yeah, that might count them out of this podium, but I mean they are gaining time still. 1.2 is the gap, and we have 2 laps left after this one, so there is still time. 1.1 now. Is McKenna able to get within that DRS range? That is going to be critical. It looks like he is going to do it.
Yeah, he's going to lose a little bit on this straight, of course, because Tino ahead of him does have DRS for this, but let's see what he can do here in the middle sector. With those couple of laps pressured tires, which I think, to be honest, are probably pretty neutral again now.
Yeah.
There. John Wick picks up the fastest lap of the race. He seems to have picked up a fresh set of boots in P9.
Yep, McKenna is within DRS range, so looks like he is still a contender for this podium. As we got a yellow flag, and yeah, someone's retired in the pits. That's Kevin out. So we're down to 12 drivers.
Yep, Max was deploying, but not anymore, so does not overtake McKenna. We will have 2 laps to go after this one.
Yep, it's all or nothing, and 2 laps left, and yeah, it's gonna be tough though with Percy and Tino both got it. They're in that DRS train. The lead driver will be the most vulnerable, but these guys behind vying for a position, and it's gonna be tough for McKenna to get past 2 cars here. But he's looking feisty. Look at, he's got his rhythm back, and he may well be able to pull this off if he can whip something out of the bag, something special.
Yeah, it's gonna have to really close to to really send it on anybody, and he does not have that fresh tires, so we'll see what happens. Middle sector we go here, and I know for a fact that Tino and McKender are probably in the same voice call, so I don't know if they're gonna try to. Ooh, and McKender.
Yeah, I clipped the curb there.
Hit the curb a bit too much there and bottomed the car, and that has cost him 3 or 4 tenths.
Oh.
Looks very awkward every lap.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's like one of those tracks, isn't it, where it doesn't look good, but it is often the fastest way around the track.
Yep. Max was thinking about it once again. He's got a lot more battery than McKender ahead of him, but McKender, of course, has that double toe and DRS from ahead of him. So.
Yeah. I think they've all got the same idea. They're saving that DRS up for the final lap, although Persigilli engaging a little bit, coming out of that last corner. Is Persigilli going to be able to hold off a charge from the raging Tino and the Bull? McKender, and Max, very, very close here. This is going to kick off, I think. Someone's going to have to go for something here.
Yep, McKender really close to Tino. Out of turn 3, does not really get the best of exits in the end there, but stays fourth for now. And it's all going to be on the last strip.
Yes, and we need to keep an eye on that battle for P6 and 7. Kit and Pet Batman, they're running very close together, but all eyes on this because this is where the podium will be decided. Looks like Christian will take this one, but Persigilli leading the charge for P2 with Tino, McKender, Max all vying for that same spot on the podium. And who will pick up P3? We will find out very soon as they're about to head on to the long straight. This is where we expect the action to kick off. And McKender getting a bad exit there. I think that's going to cost him that shot at P3. Tino's even too far back from Persigilli to make a move. So it looks like Persigilli has done enough to get this P2 sealed up.
Yeah, and I think we might not see any changes here actually after all. So unless Mex can do something out of the final corner, because he does have a little bit more battery stored than McKender, but he does not seem to get the best of exits out of there. So I think it's gonna be Persigilli P2, and then Tino takes third place, McKender fourth, Mex fifth. And I was, by the way, following Christian on that final lap there. He was driving really slowly, so I wonder if those tires were quite close to popping. Kit has been overtaken on the final lap by Pep Man, who has a penalty though. So Pep Man has picked up a penalty somewhere, so Kit up to P6, and I would say that's a deserved P6 after that mishap earlier in the race. Touche comes home in P8, so good showing from him in the end as well, and kept his nose mostly out of trouble. Picks up 4 points for the team. Then John Wick across the line in 9th, and Eagle Ghost will pick up the last point here in P10.
Yeah, and apologies for not picking up Christian as he crossed the line there, but he did indeed win that race. An emphatic victory for him, 6.5.
Yeah.
That's that's exactly. Yeah, that's a big gap there, but he obviously took it easy.
And it was like, yeah, it was 10 seconds already, but he was just taking really slowly on the last 2 laps. Probably just to make sure that those tires don't pop.
Yeah.
And yeah, what I wanted to say was that he never really looked bothered in this race. I think maybe the only time he was under a little bit of pressure was that great start by McKender, but he defended even that one. So Christian, well-deserved and dominant win today.
Yeah, and I mean a crucial victory in terms of the Drivers' Championship, because he was leading, but had a few drivers getting pretty close, having a sniff for that P1 spot, but that will further increase his lead and give him a bit of a cushion heading into round 6.
Yeah, just gonna take screenshots of the race director and the results, so yeah.
Driver of the day by the game, Larson, so
I mean,
most overtakes
11th, but I don't know. Kind of a difficult one.
Yeah, yeah.
Does anybody really stand out of these two? Like Dino maybe did a pretty good job. I think he started in fifth and fought for P2 all the way. Pep Man also a pretty strong finish from 10s to 7s, 2s from 11s to 8s. But kind of difficult to really pick anybody out of these, all these. Christian, like, obviously you could go for Christian. He was really faultless today, and maybe that's what counts here today. So if you really had to pick somebody who didn't put the foot wrong, that would be Christian, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a solid call. Yep.
Kind of a boring one to take the race winner. I usually try to pick somebody else, but I did anybody else really stand out to you? I don't think so. At least I can't think of anybody who really stood out today.
Yeah, I could back that for sure. Yeah. Christian with a perfect. Well, actually, yeah, he didn't get the fast slap, but he did get the pull by quite a considerable amount, thanks to the likes of Billy. I'm looking in chat. Tito saying his tires were 88% in the end. That is
Yeah,
huge.
I'm sure that's why Christian was driving, because I was watching him on the last 2 laps, and he was just trundling, really carefully accelerating out of the traction zone. So I think he was pretty close to there too. He lost like 2.5 seconds on the per lap on the last 2 laps.
Billy saying he was manhandled in lap one.
Yeah, we saw that.
Some finish going on there by Tino. Yeah, so let's have a look and see if we've anyone waiting for an interview. Let's bring in the race winner. It is a man
Oh,
who's familiar to the comms booth by now. It seems like we talk to you every week, and congratulations on another win. Quite an emphatic victory. Was it boring for you, or did you enjoy that?
hola. I enjoyed the the first 23 laps. Until the last 2 laps, I realized that I was gonna get inside puncture territory.
Yeah. So
What
And
was
I
your
was
tire wear at the end? Just
84, I think.
because I saw you, I was watching you on board the last 2 laps out of those difficult traction zones, and you were going really slow.
Yeah, I mean, I was
To
shitting
make
bricks.
sure.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
Yeah.
after months of last season, of the season before where I got a puncture, I've I've got some serious puncture PTSD.
Yeah. Yeah. But well
yeah,
done.
yeah.
And
Congrats.
I think we are also our driver of the day, because we were kind of thinking about, can we really even pick anybody else? Because you didn't make a single mistake. Like the only time you were slightly under pressure was maybe at the start with McKender, but that's it. So just brilliant execution once again.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to pick up on something though. We saw in qualifying on that final run. I think it was the final run where Billy Thompson helped you on the straight. Was that you and VC together? Was that something that was planned or what? Or
It was the second run, yeah.
second run?
Same, whatever. It was yeah, it was planned.
It was planned. Oh, there we go. Okay, that why?
We
How like are you guys not supposed to be like bitter enemies or something?
Yes, I mean on track we will fight,
Yeah.
but McKenna has been getting some rocket ship starts this season.
Oh, okay.
And
So he
again
get
today.
and again today. I mean he almost took me in turn one. I mean he could start fourth and be P1 in turn one. Some Leclerc shit this year, but I really don't know. I don't understand. So I just thought I mean I gave Bailey a tow as well. So I'd rather have Bailey behind me than McKenna with some kind of fuel in his car that I don't have.
Yeah, but he's been like that the last, like, I don't know, 5 games or something. He's just great at starting. Always been.
But I don't think I've ever noticed it because he's just not done qualifying the time that I've been
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. That's what I know him for, at least. He's always been a insanely good starter for some reason.
Because the last 2 weeks I've been screaming the lights are going out before they're going out for me, and I was so sure of it every single time, and then I look back and I saw I'm just an idiot. I really don't know. I want his secrets.
I'm looking at the constructors here, Christian. It looks like McLaren are probably going to come out tops. You were trailing Ferrari by 2 points, but Tuj not having the greatest race today, so looks like you'll come out tops there with Eagle Ghost getting a final points paying position in P10. Um, any other interesting points in the race for you, or like did you have any contact with the wall at any point, or?
Did I? On my first qualifying run, I hit the inside wall of turn 2. That's about the biggest mistake I made, I think.
Cool, cool. Well, I have to ask you the question, on everyone's lips right now is once I find out what the next track is, how do you feel about Saudi Arabia?
I love it. God
Yeah,
damn it, I love it.
yeah, it's a fun track, yeah. Yeah, that's the next one up. So you're keen for another victory there. I think if you were able to pick up another victory, that will pretty much put you in a really good spot for the defense of the Tier 1 title. So yeah, good luck on that one, and yeah, I think it's a driver favorite, that one, I think, so should be a pretty explosive race.
Hopefully, well, hopefully not explosive. Just nice and clean. Cruise home.
I wonder if Billy Thompson will help you out with your quality again.
I highly doubt it after tonight because he was fuming.
Yeah.
Whoosh. I mean, I've seen him mad, but I mean, yeah, he usually
Yeah, I
sits it
kind of
out.
predicted that after lap 1.
Yeah,
Oh
I mean,
dear.
he usually sits it out and then talks with me. He just left instantly.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I'm going the way, Christian. Ding. Good night.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, we'll hopefully see him back on track next week. Yeah. Well, GG on the win and the pole today. Very impressive pole, I have to say. And good luck in the next round.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, that's our defending champion. Looks like he's on course for another title, um, but there are still 5 rounds to go. Let's bring in Max for the next interview. Max started the race in P6, ended up P5. Looked like you were, lining up for a podium there, but it wasn't to be. There was a slight mistake made there in the last few laps. Do you want to tell us about that hairy, scary moment?
I actually don't know why it happened. I had a huge lockup there, and I just went straight. I watched the back, and I broke the exact same way every lap. And this one lap, my car decided to just not brake and go straight.
Yeah.
I'm thankful to get out of the wall, but overall, it's just cost me my podium finish again.
Yeah, it definitely did, didn't it? Because you guys were on a charger, you had the slightly fresher tires, and like McAnder was quite lucky to escape from that one. He had to take evasive action, but it did drop you guys back a little bit. You were able to catch up again, but it was too late then, to make any big attempt for that podium. But yeah, you were there or thereabouts. Any other standout points in the race for you today?
Definitely lap 1, because it was just pure carnage. I was just sitting back and watching Bailey get absolutely destroyed by everyone, and it was kind of fun to see, to be honest. But also cost us the top 2 cars. They were just gone. I mean, Christian was gonna be gone anyway with his pace, but the rest, Makenda was gone as well. But he had some really bad tires there and decided to stay out, so I was able to catch him overall. It was really fun strategy-wise to make something different there, and it would have worked out, but you can't have everything.
One other question then. We saw the first VSC and a lot of drivers dipped into the pits. You were one of the guys stayed out, if I remember correctly. Do you think things could have been different if you had pitted it under that VSC and capitalized on that kind of time gained? Or were you happy enough with your strategy?
I was really happy with it. Staying ahead of the train of the slower cars, if I can say that, it was really important. And overall, I think it was worth it. The potential was definitely there with the strat. I think I might have been able to get P2 in the end, and I would not have been able to do that if I just boxed with everyone else, because you can't really overtake with no advantage, and an offset on tires is a big advantage here. So
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, it was great to see you on track again today, and great performance. Just wasn't meant to be. The podium is elusive once more, but I'm sure we'll see you on the podium before the season's out. Max, thanks for joining us in the
I hope
comms
so.
booth. And we'll see you soon enough, okay?
All right, bye bye.
Alright, bye, Max. Next in, Kit, who started the race in P8, finished P6. Solid performance, I have to say, from you today, but there was a lot of shenanigans. It looked like you and Pep Batman were kind of tied together on track, always finding each other, and there was a bit of an incident there. Can you give us your take on that incident?
Which one? I'm guessing the one the leading
We got
up
like
into
half
the
turned
reference,
around.
right? Yeah, okay. Well, in my opinion, and I haven't looked back at it yet, I think I was like more than, more than I had. He was like, he had his nose in maybe, his front tire in like my rear tire.
Yeah.
But I thought like at that point, you just give up the position because like, unless you have a
Yeah,
like full car width, then
that's what I felt like too.
yeah. So obviously I expected him to back off, but he just kept it in there. And then I guess miscommunication, and he and me made contact. But yeah, that's part of it. It's whatever. It's a shame because I felt like I could have kept up with the group ahead. Yeah, no. Final race of the retirement tour. Now I'm done. No more racing for me.
Not even
Do you see
Jeddah?
the helmet?
Huh?
I'm not sure.
Actually, you know what? I didn't see the helmet. I did. I mean, it was on screen obviously a bunch of times, but I didn't remember about it. So I'll have to go back and watch that. But yeah, it was great to see you back on track, and it was great to see you fighting there up, for points in P6 in the end. Yeah, I mean, tell us about your quali as well. You had a pretty solid qualifying performance. Got yourself into P8.
No, it was no, it was quite a letdown in qualifying. I felt like I could have done loads better. There was probably another 4 tenths in it because, like, you put so much pressure on yourself.
Yeah,
You fuck up one thing and then you're trying to. No, sorry for my language. You mess up one thing and then you're trying to, make up in the other sectors, but then you just overdrive the car, and that's what happened to me.
yeah.
So
Wait,
not ideal.
I've got a guy in chat here saying, "Is this the retired guy speaking who is also racing?"
Who is that in chat?
Percy Gilly, I think.
Yeah. I'm right there. This is my final race. Final race. And that's all right.
Okay,
It's
well, you never know.
like I said, I'll be maybe back in like 27, like actual F1 27, not the DLC. But yeah, that's
I don't
for now.
fancy Mario Kart Edition, though.
No, not really. I enjoy the new cars, just not the new engines. But yeah, no, it's I'm looking forward to go back into engineering again. I'll be honest. Quite stressful being in a race.
Yeah, well, last time he engineered, I believe he won the race. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so you might have cost him a victory today by racing. P2 in the end for Percy Gilly,
Yeah,
but
he's a big boy. He
he's
can
a big
take
boy.
care of himself.
You just called him fat. He just called you fat, particularly. Right, Kit. Right, Kit. It was great to see you track again. Yeah, I'll go back and watch that helmet, which you
Alright,
designed
yeah.
yourself, and I somehow managed to successfully put it into the game. somehow, all by myself. I'm very proud of myself.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, big
Kit,
boy.
Kit, we'll speak soon, okay?
Yeah, see ya.
All right, bye-bye. We do have Tino in the wings here. Will we bring him in for a wee chat?
Yep.
So we've got
So
Tino.
my first question is, why do you hate me, Tino? No. It's an inside joke that nobody else will pick up, so just do what you do, Chief.
Yeah, Tino started P5 in the race, ended P3 on the podium. Ice was saying you're more into the rally these days, so no practice, straight from the rally into F1. How was it out there today? Were you feeling like you were getting more confident as the race progressed?
Obviously. I mean, going from Kenya, muddy and gravel rock roads to tarmac is interesting. But
Yeah.
obviously, I had like one qualifying lap warm up with Makender, so I can't say I had no practice. I had one lap of practice.
That's huge.
So
That is huge.
but it's easy track. I have the track. I have all the data from previous games, all the breaking points, all the Euros usage, all good.
Yeah, so it didn't take you long to get up to speed. I mean, today P3, but it looked like he could have got P2 in the end. Christian just seemed like once he broke that DRS, he was gone. And was there, uh, we saw you and Percy Gilly kind of working together on track, swapping around every lap, but just wasn't enough.
I mean, that was the point. I mean, I was glad. I'm actually happy that someone else also understands that kind of situation, that cars behind has fresher tires, so we can just delay their catch up
Yeah,
by just changing positions every single lap.
yeah,
Like that's actually, I mean, it's not rocket science, but some people just rather just stick behind you and just lose the time anyway. So that was nice. And when eventually Mex and Makender got in the RDRS, then Mex decided to miss the apex by 60 meters, and then
Yeah.
then they delayed that DRS catch up by 2 laps again. So that's why I'm on the P3. But I had no chance on Persegale. Like
yeah.
I can't drive in tires with which I won. Like no grip.
Yeah, I saw you said in chat 88%. Your tires were at. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I
pretty
can
pretty high.
imagine Persegale had similar, because I don't know. I didn't push, so 88 is quite high.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to be pretty happy with that podium position after being out of the game for so long. I mean, have you raced in F1 recently at all?
No, my last race is Canada last season, so that's like what, 2 months ago, around. So I mean, it's not like I practiced these games like over 5,000 hours in my life, so it's I have the muscle memory, man. Like it's not. Of course, I will not be in Christian's phase with one lap practice.
Yeah.
But it's fun, I guess. I mean, I can't win, but that's not the point anymore. Just having fun.
Yeah.
I mean, the lap
Just
one
to
was
get-
fun.
Yeah, just to get a bit insight actually into that lap one, I just wanted to ask you what did you make of that? It was pretty hard racing between you and Bailey Thompson and maybe some other guys as well. Just give us your take on lap one.
Well, if you give me that kind of space in lap one, I will always go into that space. So that's simple.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said on stream as well, by the way. But yeah. And
I don't care if you're
yeah.
faster than me. I will take the position anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's good to see you back in track,
now-
Tino. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, like, now I'm gonna go for evening run and then go bed and work.
Awesome.
And hot weekend soon.
Are we gonna see you
Are you
back
gonna
on
race
track
in-
though?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know as well.
Maybe in the I mean, not in Jeddah for sure, because my work schedules are a bit wank, but probably in some races in the end. I don't know.
Abu Dhabi.
Probably. Maybe, yeah, I like that track. But
Yeah, I know. So hopefully see you on track there at least.
well, I enjoy you guys commentating, so I will watch the stream back now when I'm going to run. So
Awesome.
thank you.
Love to hear it. Yeah, great to hear from you, Tino. And we look forward to seeing you back on track and enjoy your run.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
All right, so we have the driver of the day sewn up already. Christian takes that. He takes the win today. Percy Gilly and Tino running out the podium. I think we're about done here. Yeah.
Yeah. So Christian will be. What is it gonna be? It's gonna be 28 points clear in the driver's standing. So a pretty confident lead for Christian at least, and he seems to be pretty much in control in this season at least. Still a long way to go, of course, because this was only what is it, race 5? So we're exactly halfway, are we? In this season now.
Yeah, it's quite a short
Yeah,
season,
six
so
races.
like say anything can happen, but he will have a race win. Um,
Yeah.
you know,
Um,
yeah, race win in terms of points advantage. So that's quite a healthy cushion, but anything can happen. Anything can
Yep.
happen. So we'll stay tuned,
And
and yeah, the constructors as
yeah, I
well.
just wanted to. Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to pick up on that because McLaren, I think, will lead the constructors for the first time this season. They were tied with Ferrari a few races ago, but now they will actually take the lead after because Christian won. Eagle Ghost was 10, so they get 26 points. McKender was 4th, was he? That's 12
Yeah,
points,
for
and Tujon 4, so that's 16. So yeah, they will lead by about 10 points, I think.
yeah, that is going to be
Eight,
interesting.
8 points.
Will be interesting. But who will contend for the driver's title? Looks like Christian's running away with it right now, but Persichilli can't be counted out as the same goes for McKender and Billy Thompson, maybe dropping a bit too far back at this point, but still can make a comeback as well in the mix, just about hanging in there. 5 rounds to go. Tune in next week for Saudi Arabia. The real F1 is cancelled at Middle Eastern tracks, but we will go there regardless of what's happening in the outside world. So yeah, tune in for that one, 1930 CET. And yeah, I'm not sure who's going to be my co-commentary for that, but I think you're probably going to dip on that one. Maybe the one after, possibly we'll hear you
Yep.
back. So look forward
Yep.
to that.
Yeah, next week I'm out.
Yeah, look forward to that. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye now.